a game that Elena Deladon only played 1 minute as she had her nose broken and missed those 3 games where Washington really struggled. So it's a different team. Misiman is back with the team, and it's a full squad here for the Mystics.
Yeah, that's an added bonus for Tebow and the Mystics to get Deladon back for the second half of that game. She obviously would not have continued playing after that earthquake hit. Bonnie Turner has really struggled the last couple of games. Another one of those players that needs to produce some points. And there is Ariel Atkins knocking it down, the first points here this afternoon.
Yeah, coming out right away off the defensive boards, and they look to push it, and I like that little 10-foot jumper on the baseline, too, that players take.
Into the corner, Bonnie Turner. She'll pump up another shot, come up short, rebounded by the rookie. Brianna Turner, the rookie out of Notre Dame. Cross-court pass to Leilani Mitchell.
Nicknamed by the team Breezy.
Breezy, I like it. Bonner, one-on-one against Tolliver, has the height advantage, and Phoenix starts out 0 of 3. I really like this Ariel Atkins, though. Hit the first shot. She is so strong and assertive and just oozes with confidence. Throw that in with Natasha Cloud, who is the orchestrator you can see on offense. And Christy Tolliver is one of the league leaders in assists. And, of course, the ever-talented and former league MVP, Elena Deladon. Offline and tipped by Griner. Scooped up by Yvonne Turner.
And that was good defense by Turner, making Deladon take a tough shot.
Mystics come in averaging 87 points per game, best in the league. Phoenix turns it over. Here comes Natasha Cloud. Full head of steam. Tolliver bounce pass, gets it back. Behind the line for 3. Rebounded by Cloud. Sets up Deladon. Thwarted by Bonner. And then an open, Latoya Sanders sticks it.
Yeah, Sanders doesn't score a lot of points. She's in there for rebounding and defense, but she can hit that 15-footer.
Crowd still standing, waiting for the first points, and there they are from Brittany Griner.
Yeah, Griner has been on fire. Those 30 points she had against Washington were unbelievable, throwing everything in.
6-time All-Star. Here comes Elena Deladon, hoisting it up, and ripped out of there by Bonner. Luana Bonner this season averaging 7 rebounds to go those 19 points per game. Turner whips it over to Mitchell. Rolling is Turner. That's Brianna to DeWanna Bonner. Good look for 3. And corralled by Christy Tolliver. Tolliver, she has one of the most incredible handles in the WNBA and knocks it down in the face of Yvonne Turner. But if you watch Christy Tolliver handle the ball, she reminds me of Chris Paul. Just tons of crossovers and a really tight handle.
Yeah, Tolliver in her 11th season won a championship with the LA Sparks.
Griner trying to spin through 2 defenders, and then the foul is whistled on Washington.
Yeah, I talked to Mike Tebow before the game, and he said, we've got to defend Griner. We're going to double team her. We know that we're going to leave some open players. We've got to know who those players are, though, and cover it and rotate.
Busted for the foul there was Atkins. So Phoenix has it. Griner takes aim from 17 feet, and down it goes.
Yeah, didn't know what her ability as far as coming into this game with that sprained ankle, whether she'd play 100%. But she is one tough player for the Phoenix Mercury.
Atkins a little out of control, threw it away, and then another foul.
Yeah, Atkins.
And another one on Atkins. A rough first quarter for her.
She was running down, and the contact by Griner, and Griner was trying to get position. Atkins really didn't have position, and you're going to have Powers come into the game.
Ariel Powers, the fifth-year player out of Michigan State, comes in for Atkins, who picked up that second personal foul, and Washington on top by 2. Phoenix with 8 active players, including Erica Carter, that they just signed today, a rookie third-round pick who they cut earlier in the season. Bonner Powers inside.
Now, there's some contact, and Bonner just has really got focused. She doesn't get calls, I think, because she's at 6'6", she's so thin, and they go after it. And a nice pump fake and the block by Turner.
Brianna Turner sends it away. Terrific defense by the rookie. Griner was posting up inside. Now Turner finds Yvonne Turner and a traveling violation from Turner to the next.
Such a great defensive possession by the Mercury, and they can't take advantage of it. You know, those turnovers really hurt you on possessions, but Breezy Turner showing why she's the number 1 shot blocker at Notre Dame.
That was an impressive swat. Tied up at 6 here in the first quarter, so Phoenix definitely hanging in early. Not repeating what happened in Seattle. when Washington just jumped all over the Storm in that first quarter. Turner bounces into the lane. Finds Brianna Turner. Griner, top of the key. Buries it.
Well, Turner usually plays a 5 position and backs up Griner along with Camille Little playing that 4 position because Sandy Brondello has to go deep to her rookies.
Back comes Natasha Cloud for Washington. Meanwhile, Griner hits her first 3 shots. She has 6 of the Mercury's 8 points. Back to Griner inside, and she hits it with the left hand.
Mismatch right there, one-on-one, and Griner, as you said, going with the left hand. Nice little jump hook. Jen Gillum is working with the centers, the bigs, a lot with those little hook shots.
Ooh. Head-on collision between Brianna Turner, the rookie, and Elena Deladon. Right to the gut for the rookie, and Deladon hit the floor.
Deladon continuing to try and be aggressive going to the basket.
They're going to put her at the line. Sandy Brondello just popped up. That was definitely a blocking foul before the shot, and now Sandy Brondello is on the court.
Wow. I never saw the motion going up.
Boy, when Deladon started walking to the free throw line, I couldn't believe it. She basically sold that to the referees.
Yeah, she is number 2 in free throw shooting over 95%. Lloyd out of Seattle is number 1.
Yeah, you can see Brondello is irate. That bow and arrow approach for Deladon at the free throw line, effective.
It looked like a drive. I never saw her go up with the ball. But 2 points for Elena Deladon, and that might get her going.
They throw the double team at Griner. Overhead pass intended for Bonner, intercepted. Here comes Christy Tolliver, uncontested with the left hand.
And that's where Phoenix, I understand Sandy Brondello's offense as far as spotting up and when Griner gets double teamed. But I think, too, that you've got to have a cutter going to the basket and make it an easier pass for Griner.
Griner with a ticket to the line, fouled there by Deladon. A very active offensive first quarter for Brittany Griner, hitting her first 4 shots. She'll be at the line when we come back. Don't miss Brittany Griner bobblehead night. Join the Mercury as they take on Dallas Saturday, August 10th, 7 p.m. First 2,500 fans receiving the Griner bobblehead doll. Fans can also donate new and gently used shoes of all sizes for BG's 4th annual Heart and Soul Shoe Drive. All shoes collected will be donated to Phoenix Rescue Mission. Get your tickets now at phoenixmercury.com. So a couple of free throws for Deladon, who is automatic at the line, and that is not a shooting foul.
Wow.
Definitely shook up Brianna Turner, too. She took it right to the midsection. Yep. Camille Little has come in out of the timeout for Phoenix. With 4:49 to go here in the first. Mystics on top by 2. Griner starts 4 of 4 from the field and hits the first toss. Talked about the 30 points on Tuesday against the Mystics. She had 25 in the first meeting when Phoenix actually won that game. Going away, it was a game that Washington was without Elena Deladon. Phoenix won that game by 23. And then Washington took the last meeting with Phoenix 99-93 on Tuesday. So back-to-back victories for this Mystics team, scoring 99 during the win streak, averaging 93. Tolliver launching over Brittany Griner. Picked up by Powers and rebounded by Bonner.
Yeah, Phoenix is 8-2 at home against Washington.
Mitchell,
nice pass.
Camille Little, and there's Griner. Head and shoulders above the rest.
Camille Little, such a veteran player, a smart play off the pick and roll. She gets the pass, and the defense rotates, and she gets it to Griner.
And then Griner with the swat, sent it away. What a first quarter for Brittany, hitting all 5 of her shots, couple of free throws, 12 points. She has a big-time block here.
Well, again, didn't know really how she would come out. Certainly having some time off after hurting that foot in that Connecticut game. And I like the shoes.
Yeah, kind of like Easter egg shoes. One is yellow, the other is pink. Oh, they are going to Brittany Griner every time down in the lane or on the low block. That's her first miss in 6 attempts. Deladon on the drive. Shoots past Camille Little and Brittany Griner. Tough shot by Deladon.
Yeah, Deladon does a nice job as far as keeping control of her shots in her body. I mean, she doesn't jump up in the air, and she gets the defense to go for her moves.
Bonner for three. Jerked out of there by LaToya Sanders, who's averaging 5 rebounds per game. Tolliver, one of the most explosive offensive players, and you can see the rookie Sophie Cunningham respecting that three-point shot. Crossover, three-point attempt. Good defense by Cunningham, but Tolliver gets the offensive rebound, her own miss. Powers over to Deladon. Good ball movement for Washington, and then they leave. Sanders rebounded by Powers. Another crack at it for Washington. Bucket and one for Ariel Powers.
Those are the second chance opportunities. This is a Washington team that is not a very good rebounding team, but yet against Phoenix, they are better, and they're pursuing the ball. You've got to get a body on somebody, and Powers just has been great off the bench for the Mystics.
Is physical and playing to her name. She plays with a lot of power to her game.
She gives you that energy, and she's so competitive. She missed the first couple games with an injury, and she's come back. And again, it's just that the strength of the bench of this Washington team really sets them apart.
Emma Miesemann has come in for Washington along with Shatori Walker-Kimbrough. Tebow going to his bench here late in quarter number 1. Griner takes the dribble. One-handed shot through the lane past Miesemann. Just disappeared from Miesemann, who's looking at the referee going, wait a second. That looked like a travel or a carry, but it was an impressive move by Brittany Griner.
Oh, Tolliver with a great move right there, a shake and bake.
Miesemann. Elena Deladon calls her a superstar. The player out of Belgium who sat out all of last season to rest and to play for her country and has been playing in the Eurobasket tournament as well, missing 11 games earlier in the season. Tolliver, another easy run-out bucket.
Now you get back to Miesemann, also was born with only 50% of hearing. So she was great at reading lips.
Bonner shut down in the corner, and now it's Leilani Mitchell. Deep three, absolutely for Leilani Mitchell. And that now in her career is number 400. 400 threes buried by Leilani Mitchell. One of only 20 players in WNBA history to do so. Sophie Cunningham, sticky defense. Miesemann trying to wiggle past Griner. Couldn't put it in off the glass.
Forced a bad shot.
Cunningham, head down along the baseline, poked out of bounds. Phoenix will have it with 15 on the shot clock. Bonnie Turner will return. And Tiana Hawkins comes in for Washington. Out goes Elena Deladon. Deladon 1 for 4 shooting so far. 4 points and a couple rebounds.
We talked about the injuries of this Mercury team, and they picked up Erica Carter, who they picked at number 32 this season and had to waive her, and they picked her back up.
That was a triple team on Griner to a wide-open Sophie Cunningham. Down it goes for 3. Beautiful pass by Griner amidst the pressure from 3 defenders.
Cunningham has had 2 games where she's had over 20 minutes and has had double figures in both those games.
Another offensive rebound for Washington. Now a tug-of-war down low. Camille Little bats it out to Bonner. Lobs it up ahead. There's Brittany Griner. The size advantage and the bucket. Tremendous assist from Bonner, who lobbed it up to Brittany in the lane.
Well, Christy Tolliver not happy with the call at all, but good heads-up play by Bonner, throwing it up really high, and Griner was calling for it. She said she was pointing up in the air. And there was some contact down low, the officials felt.
16 points for Brittany Griner here in the first quarter. 7 of 8 shooting. And now a technical foul has been assessed to Christy Tolliver. She was kicked out of a game earlier this season, picking up 2 tees in the first quarter of a game against Seattle. Bonner hits the free throw, and now Phoenix extending their lead to 4. Into the line will go Griner.
Now Brittany Griner has 3 games already this year with 30 points.
Now she is well on her way. Her career high is 38. She accumulated in 2017 against the Indiana Fever. And now a conversation with Tolliver and Brittany Griner.
Now they played together over in Russia. Tolliver is this last year stayed and was on coaching on the NBA team
with the Washington Wizards. A three-point play for Griner. Tebow helpless right now on how to slow down Brittany Griner. She has been a machine with 17 points, 2 assists, and a couple of rebounds. Knocked out of bounds. 51 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Brianna Turner set to return for Phoenix. And Sandy Brondello was talking about the signing of Erica Carter, saying she's going to throw Erica out there at some point this afternoon, give her some minutes. And a breather for Griner, who goes to the bench with 17 points here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Carter, who went to Louisville and Long Beach Poly High School, was back in L.A. working out.
Tiana Hawkins, straight but a little deep on that shot. And here comes Dewana Bonner. Drives to her left, hangs in the air, inside to Brianna Turner, who scores. So they're fixing the game clock. They want the game clock at 35, I believe. Our officials this afternoon, Byron Jarrett, Isaac Barnett, and Danica Mosier. So they've got 35.1 on the clock. And Phoenix, with their biggest lead, up by 7. Washington has led by as many as 5 here in the first quarter.
You know, both these teams play with a lot of runs.
Contact in the lane between Cunningham and Hawkins, and the rookie will be hit with a personal.
Yeah, Cunningham just denying movement on Hawkins that time.
Both teams in the penalty rest of the quarter. And it's Tiana Hawkins to the line, the 28-year-old in her 6th year out of Maryland. They have 3 players coming from Maryland and playing, of course, in the D.C. area now for the Mystics.
Now, these are the number 1 and 2 free throw shooting teams. Phoenix number 1, Washington number 2. Mike Tebow was saying before the game, he said, if you can win 2 of the 3 of these stats, free throw shooting, rebounding, and turnovers, then you've got a good chance of winning.
And then they lead the league in scoring, too. That helps.
They lead the league in scoring, and also they're number 1 in the least amount of turnovers.
Mm-hmm. Phoenix going for the final shot here of the first quarter. Bonner gets a screen from Camille Little. Driving on a double team, shoots over Miesemann, not close, and done with 1 here in downtown Phoenix. A solid first quarter for Phoenix. They are up on the Mystics by 5 with just 8 active players, but one of those active players, Brittany Griner, 17 points in the first quarter. You're watching Phoenix Mercury Basketball, presented by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Win big cash prizes by playing today's 50-50 raffle brought to you by Arizona Lottery. Visit phoenixmercury.com/5050 to get your tickets. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to a great cause. 28-23 Phoenix after the first quarter. And basically unstoppable in that period. Brittany Griner, 7 of 8 from the field. Knocked down all 3 of her free throws. 17 points for BG.
Well, it's the highest first quarter she has had in her career. As you said, 7 of 8 from the floor, getting the ball in great position. She's 3 of 3 from the free throw line also to go along with 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 block shots. And she has changed several shots also.
Yeah, Brianna Turner, the rookie, had an impressive block in the first quarter, along with Griner. Miesemann to begin the second quarter. Soft touch in the lane over Camille Little.
And Brondello starting the quarter without Griner on the floor, giving her a little bit of a break. So it's a small lineup for the Mercury.
Turner out there along with Sophie Cunningham, Camille Little, Bonner, and Brianna Turner. They throw the double team at Bonner. They can do that with Griner on the bench. And then we'll get a reach-in foul. Nope, actually, I think it might be a timeout. It's going to be a timeout by Brondello. So I thought they might have called a reach-in, but Sandy Brondello watching that.
Bonner called it.
Bonner called it. Good move. We're back after this. Hip-hop groove dance moves and score some autographs. Dance away with Wheezy, Dewana, and Sophie on the main court of Talking Stick Resort Arena Monday, August 12th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. courtesy of Steward Healthcare. For information, visit phoenixmercury.com/promotion. So a timeout called. I think you mentioned it was Bonner who was double-teamed over there, and that's the problem right now for Phoenix. If Griner goes out of the game, then the opposition is going to throw a double, if not a triple, at Dewana, and likewise if Bonner goes out.
Well, there's no question. We talked about small ball for the Mercury right now, and this is a Washington team that's been playing really well, and they talk about their offense so much, but their defense, they're able to switch up, and they're one of the top teams in steals.
There's the double team on Bonner. Finds Camille Little and beat the shot clock. Just came off. Tipped out into the hands of Aerial Powers. Aerial Powers on the run and a hand check by Dewana Bonner. But again, Bonner out there without Griner. But Griner's coming back right now. But Tarazi's out. Sancho Little is out. Breon January is not able to play for this game. Essence Carson also out. There's just not a lot of offensive options for Sandy Brondello outside of the big two and then Leilani Mitchell.
Well, before the season started, a lot of the general managers felt that the Phoenix Mercury had the best draft, and they had 3 terrific rookies. Well, Smith is out right now, and they've got 2 that can step up and see what they can do to help out.
There's the 2015 All-Star, Emma Miesemann, 26-year-old, hits for Washington and pulls them to within 1.
Now, Washington is playing more aggressive right now, and Cunningham, a little hop. She's lucky she didn't call for travel.
Yeah, she plays with a lot of bounce to her game, and you're right. She actually left the floor before putting up that three-point attempt. Bonnie Turner in the lane. Difficult shot.
Yeah, Bonnie Turner, I like about her game. She's got the speed and quickness, but she goes in the lane. She's very aggressive and challenges the bigs inside.
She's a player that can provide that instant offensive spark. Had an 18-point game earlier this season to go along with 10 assists in that game against Las Vegas.
Yeah, she started the first 5 games of the season, and Leilani Mitchell was not with the team, and then Turner went to Hungary, and so she was gone for about 6 games.
Miesemann, who went off to Belgium, and is just a critical part of this team. She's hit with the foul there, trying to defend Griner on the low block, but this is a player who sat out all of last season. Washington won a franchise-best 22 games, and now you add her to this lineup, and it was the same starting 5 that made it to the finals. You throw Emma Miesemann into the mix, and that's why they are a major threat to win it all this season.
Now, Tolliver and Deladon are playing so well, too, and we talked about the bench, but a team that was in the finals last year but lost in 3 games to Seattle.
Turner couldn't convert. Here comes Natasha Cloud, cut off by Bonnie Turner. Mystics moving around. Powers pushing off on Sophie Cunningham. And jerked out of there by Bonnie Turner.
Well, the one thing, too, with the Mystics pushing the ball up so quickly, they get into their offense much faster.
Good denial defense by Miesemann, and now having to step out 17, 18 feet away is Griner. Griner backing down on Miesemann. Takes an extra step in the lane and hits. Griner now 8 for 9 from the field. 19 points. Miesemann did all she could defensively on that possession. Denying, pushing her out on the perimeter, and then contesting the shot. Miesemann thought about the 3. Goes inside against Bonnie Turner, hit in the face, and hits the shot.
Yeah, great hands by Miesemann on that shot.
Well, you can see why Deladon knows that she has superstar talent. Griner trying to keep the ball away from Miesemann. Leilani Mitchell off the Griner feed.
I like the cut by Mitchell helping Griner out instead of just standing out there waiting for a pass.
Second hoop for Mitchell. 3-point attempt by Powers offline. Washington now 0 for 6 deep. They have not hit a 3-point shot yet. Phoenix at 2 of 8. Turner driving on Cloud. High off the glass, and down it goes for Yvonne Turner.
Yeah, Turner drew 3 defensive players, too, and even if she misses that high off the backboard, Griner was there to get the rebound.
And then the pass stolen by Leilani Mitchell. Miscommunication for the Mystics. Mitchell inside to Breezy Turner. And Phoenix rebuilding their lead to 7. A mass of substitutes ready to check in for Tebow, who's actually going to call a timeout. Try to stop the bleeding with 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Down on their numbers as far as active players, but playing some solid basketball. Enter to win the Mercury VIP experience, brought to you by Power Crunch Protein Energy Bars. Enter before August 20th at phoenixmercury.com/PowerVIP. Power Crunch Protein Bars, available at your local Fry's food store. So who's the offensive machine this afternoon? We're expecting Washington to possibly run away with this game, but it's Phoenix, Andy. You mentioned 12 assists already and shooting 59% from the field.
That was only the second turnover for the Mystics, and certainly the Mercury taking advantage of it. Leilani Mitchell with her 3rd assist. And a lot of other players are stepping up for Phoenix right now in this game.
Again, bracing for a different kind of result, at least so far here in the first half. Phoenix more than holding their own.
Well, and Mike Tebow said before the game, he said, these are the kind of games that you can't take advantage of it because you look at the Mercury, all the players that are out, you think you cannot go in there with too much confidence and thinking, okay, we're going to win this game because we won the last game and we've been playing well. We've scored 99 points in the last 2 games, but you just can't take any team in this league for granted.
And again, if you're just joining us, 5 players on the injured list for Phoenix coming into this one against the Mystics, who had the second best record in the WNBA coming in. Connecticut with a win earlier today in New York. They improved to 16-6. Mystics coming in 14-6. Cloud lost it on the way up, but a late whistle and a couple free throws coming for Natasha Cloud. Reach-in foul applied to Leilani Mitchell.
Saying the foul was before the shot clock violation, and Cloud does a nice job getting in the lane. A little bit of a reach by Mitchell. Thought she could get away with it. Cloud, another top free throw shooter.
Cloud had a 26-point game with 8 assists against New York in June. That 26 points was a career high for her. There are just so many different offensive weapons for this Washington team. And Cloud pulling the Mystics to within 5. Griner. Good-looking shot, soft touch. Another basket for Brittany, 9 for 10, 21 points. I don't think Tebow's going to be happy with the defense on that last possession. That was one of the easier looks for Griner here in the first half. Driving in for 2 is Ariel Atkins.
No, that was a good offensive play by the Mystics because they just drew Griner out of the lane and left that baseline wide open for an easy layup.
And Atkins with a blow-by past the rookie Sophie Cunningham. Normally a very reliable defender. Inside of 5 minutes to go until halftime. Griner back out to Yvonne Turner. 3-point shot. Absolutely for Vonnie Turner. Another assist for Brittany Griner. That's number 4 for Griner in the assist department.
And Turner now second highest scorer with 7 points.
And Turner came in struggling from 3-point range this season. Step back, Tolliver over Griner.
Yeah, Tolliver just has no fear. That step back, it reminds me a lot of a Cappy Pondexter.
Got to tip it away from behind. Was Sanders. Cunningham in the corner. Finds an open Leilani Mitchell. High arching 3. Pours it in.
Mystics shooting, they're shooting 48%. The Mercury are shooting 63% from the floor, 40% from threes.
63% shooting for Phoenix here in the first half. At least so far, one of their best offensive games of the season. Deladon with the fade on the baseline. And a quiet first half for Elena. Just her second hoop in 5 attempts. Miesemann leading the way for Washington. The only player in double figures for them with 10. A little extra spin on that one. Leilani Mitchell and the foul.
Yeah, a tough shot for Mitchell. Looked like it was never going to go in, but she forced the issue and forced a foul. But here's the drive here, and then Mitchell putting herself in a position to make a nice shot for her. Mitchell is 2 of 3 from 3-point range.
It's the first one, the 28 points in Washington the last meeting. Her career high, 8 of 12 from 3-point range. And coming into this game, the last 3, Leilani had hit 13 of her 22 3-point attempts. Good to go with the 2 free throws there. And a 9-point lead for Phoenix. That's their biggest.
And she's in double figures.
21 for Griner, 10 for Leilani Mitchell. Tolliver again shooting over Griner. This one comes up short. Griner hands it off to Mitchell. Probing and then bouncing off of Natasha Cloud, who's busted for the foul. That is the 3rd team foul on Washington. 3 as well for Phoenix at the 3:25 mark.
The Mercury has really done a nice job as far as pushing the basketball. Also, they're getting a one-and-done shot on Washington.
Phoenix having lost 2 in a row after winning 3 straight going into the All-Star break. But losing at Washington and at Connecticut. Back comes Mitchell once again. 13 now for Leilani. Phoenix leaves Deladon wide open, and Deladon sticks her 3rd field goal of the first half.
Yeah, she's 3 of 6 with 8 points and 2 rebounds.
Now, Leilani Mitchell has been spectacular this season for Phoenix. She's 3 of 4 deep here in the first half. Came in shooting 45% from far away. That was 5th best in the league. Double team on Griner. Skip pass to Mitchell. Cunningham wants it on the low block, one-on-one against Ariel Atkins, and then draws the contact. Tried to scoop it up underneath, drew the foul, and 2 free throws coming for the Rook.
She had no chance at all, but what a smart play to come underneath with an underhand shot to force the foul.
She actually loves those scoop shots, too. You're right. I don't think she had a chance to score that one, but she had one, I believe, in Dallas where she drove into the lane and just hit a remarkable shot.
But I love the post-up. You know, we know that she can shoot the 3, but this is a kid that has such variety in her game, and she's just not one-dimensional. And you can see when, we've always talked about how aggressive she is. She's got this chip on her shoulder. She just plays with a lot of heart and intensity, and to be able to post up, not be intimidated by the defense, and even looking to take that 3. She beats you in a lot of different ways.
Some special free throw shooting by both teams. The top 2 free throw shooting teams in the league, as you had mentioned. Phoenix is 8 for 8, and Washington has hit all 7 of their free throws. That's one of the things about the WNBA. It just seems like the quality of free throw shooting is so much better. Pull-up J for Cloud just comes off. Sanders in a tussle with Griner goes off with Sanders out of bounds, and Phoenix will have it.
I would say Breezy Turner has really done a terrific job with her minutes. Played 14 minutes and done a terrific job on Elena Deladon. Deladon with 8 points. But you don't hold an MVP down for long.
Turner hitting her first 2 shots of this game. She is now 9 of 12 from the field in the last 4 games. Finger roll right down Main Street for Vonnie Turner. And Vonnie Turner, very assertive offensively for Phoenix here in the first half. That's her 4th field goal, and she has 9 points. And now we'll get another timeout called by Tebow. Minute 53 to go until halftime, and Phoenix up by 14. Just a phenomenal first half for Phoenix. Their lead is 14. Vonnie Turner, 9 points, and scoring in so many different ways, but she is just showing an aggressiveness that Phoenix has not seen from her of late.
And Sandy Brondello talked about it before the game. If we can get in the paint, dribble penetration, and Vonnie Turner is one of those players that does such a great job doing that.
Last 2 games before this one for Vonnie Turner, 1 for 10 from the field. She's 4 of 7 here in the first half.
And again, the Mercury shooting 65% from the floor. What a tough shot.
Tolliver on the fade, thought there was contact. Turner out there with Bonner, Griner, Leilani Mitchell, and Brianna Turner. Griner, 18-footer, spins in.
And she's got 23 points and 5 assists. She has tied her season high assists in 5. Her career is 7.
She has missed only once in 11 attempts. 10 of 11 from the field for Griner for those 23 points. Deladon head fake. Turner sticks to her. Now it's Powers. Picked up by Bonner. Shot clock at 5 for Ariel Powers. Pounding the ball. Nowhere to go. Dips inside of Bonner. Off the iron and out into the hands of Emma Miesemann. Tolliver, pitch it out now to Hawkins. Washington moving around. They find Tolliver and the rebound for Griner.
Remember, Griner in the All-Star game a week ago took several three-point shots. Didn't make them. She had the 3 dunks, but talk about everything going right for the Mercury right now.
Another 3-point hit for Phoenix. Vonnie Turner now has a dozen. And Phoenix with 60 points here in the first half.
6 of 12 from threes.
Deladon nearly travels. Good defense by Griner. Inside of 30 seconds to go. If you would have predicted which team would score 60 in the first half, you definitely would have said Washington coming into this game, with Phoenix down 5 players. But this has been just a remarkable first half for the Mercury.
Yeah, both teams taking pretty good care of the basketball. That's only the 4th turnover for the Mercury. Only 2 turnovers. 1 in the first quarter for the Mystics. 1 so far in the second quarter for them.
19-point lead for Phoenix. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Miesemann barrels into Turner. And Vonnie Turner will be caught with the foul. And free throws coming for Washington.
Well, it was a mismatch. Miesemann got the ball down low, and as she turned, Turner felt that she got all ball, but Miesemann did a nice job posting up and recognizing for Washington that they had that mismatch.
Miesemann has not been to the line much this season. Again, missed 11 games playing in the Eurobasket tournament for Belgium. Just 4 of 8 from the line coming in. And she is the only Mystics player in double figures here in the first half with 12. And now Phoenix can take the final shot of the first half. Mitchell will bring it into the front court. Phoenix shooting almost 68% from the field. 2 seconds, 1 second. Bonner has to hurry. Floater comes up short. But Phoenix will head to the locker room with a 17-point lead on the Washington Mystics. Griner has 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists.
This is the 4th most points in the first half by the Mercury in franchise history.
Stay with us at halftime. A Pennsylvania high school student is visiting all 12 WNBA arenas this summer. We'll recap her visit to Phoenix. Phoenix Mercury basketball presented by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Halftime here in downtown Phoenix. Shocking, stunning. Phoenix up by 17 on the Mystics. Tom Leander along with the Hall of Famer Ann Myers-Drysdale. And Brittany Griner leading this offensive assault. 23 points, Annie, in the first half for Phoenix. 10 of 11 from the field. And the Mercury as a team shooting 67% from the floor.
It's amazing. Yeah, I don't think that anybody really thought what was going to happen because Washington is playing so well. They've won 5 in a row, and the last 2 games they scored 99 points. They lead the league in field goal percentage. They lead the league in points scored and lead the league in assists. And yet this is a Mercury team that has come out and not intimidated, missing all those players on the injured list right now. And they've come out, and Brittany Griner has started things off with her scoring. And she, as you said, 10 of 11 from the floor. And her team is really looking for her. She's getting shots inside, but she's knocked down some 15-footers also. But just real confident in what she's doing. Washington has tried to double-team her, but when she's had a one-on-one situation, very confident in getting a quick shot off.
And then you have Leilani Mitchell, 3 of 4 deep. She had 13 points. And you talked about the production as we were coming back for the second half from Leilani Mitchell and Bonnie Turner in the second quarter in particular.
Yeah, DeWanna Bonner struggling from the floor, did not score in the second quarter, only had 3 points in that first quarter, but Mitchell had 10 in the second quarter for a total of 13 points, and then Bonnie Turner scored all 12 of her points also in the second quarter, with both of them going 2 for 2 from three-point range. So other players are stepping up. Mike Tebow for Washington said, we can't have that for Phoenix. And yet, that's what the Mercury are doing right now.
And Brittany Griner only played 11 minutes in the last game at Connecticut, had the ankle injury. A lot of people assume that she might be part of that injury report for Phoenix being without 5 players here this afternoon. As you take a look at those numbers, unbelievable shooting numbers. And what we don't see is great free throw shooting by both teams. A combined 17 free throw attempts and 17 makes.
Yeah, no points in the paint or fast break points for the Mystics in the second quarter, but 0 for 7 from three-point range. Don't expect that to stay like that because Elena Deladon and Tolliver are 2 of the best three-point shooters, and they've got a boatload of players that can knock down the three. And the third quarter is a big-time quarter for the Mercury to see how they come out and play. Sometimes they really struggle.
And you mentioned the good defense in the first half by Brianna Turner, the rookie, on Elena Deladon. Fairly quiet with 8 points in the first half. Tolliver gets it started in the second half, comes off.
And Griner with her 6th rebound, but also 5 assists in that first half.
Phoenix, 17 assists. Washington has been throwing double teams at Griner and Bonner. They've been passing out of it. And Turner back inside now to Brianna Turner, and she's denied by Sanders. Latoya Sanders with the block. Deladon thought about the 3, now takes it back. Will give and go, rises up on the baseline. There's Elena Deladon. She's in double figures with 10, joining Miesemann, who had a dozen in the first half for Washington. Yeah, these first few minutes are going to be critical for Washington to see if they can get back into this game. Coming off a blowout win over Seattle Friday, they just ran away from the Storm in the first quarter. Griner shoots past a double team. And inside position by Deladon.
Now, Griner was hitting those shots against Washington in that last matchup, but we'll have to see if Washington's going to force her to take more of those shots.
Brianna Turner trying to break free in the lane. And foul on Washington. Phoenix will have it on the side.
You know, that 65.7% in that first half shooting by the Mercury was a franchise record. Their best was back in August of 2000, where they shot 63%.
Atkins from the corner, short. Grondello, head coach of Phoenix, saying that it's not even close in the WNBA right now. The most potent offense is Washington, and meanwhile her team put up 60 points in the first half and just astounding shooting numbers. Bonnie Turner out to Griner.
Oh!
And knocks down a three. Big shot,
it.
Brittany.
We talked about the All-Star game, and BG practices it a lot.
That's just her second made three-pointer. She came in 1 for 5 three-point range in her career.
Well, that was great rotation, too.
Deladon, open look from the corner, and she answers.
Well, Deladon, remember, she had 33 points against the Mercury in their last game, and she was 5 of 7 from three-point range.
Deladon now with 13. Griner's up to 26 after that three-pointer. Mitchell backs it out inside of 10 on the shot clock. Uses a Brianna Turner screen. Bonner, very quiet first half, missed 5 of her 6 shots. Loses the handle, but somehow scoops it in.
We'll see if that gets Duana Bonner going.
Now just 2 of 7 from the field for Bonner, who came in number 1 in the league in scoring. Just barely ahead of Griner. Those two battling for the scoring title. Double team, knocking it free, and the Phoenix defense forcing the turnover. Mitchell and Bonner over there defensively.
Yeah, pretty aggressive play, and Mitchell doubling down, and LaToya Sanders not happy, and she got hit down there on that baseline. Nothing was called.
Bonner came in averaging 19.1. Griner right at 19. Deladon 18.7. Top 3 scores in the WNBA on the floor this afternoon. In Phoenix, contact and a trip to the line coming for Leilani Mitchell.
And the Mercury continuing to stay aggressive, and certainly frustration by the Mystics right now.
And earlier we spoke about Mitchell's record-tying 8 threes against the Mystics on Tuesday, and working on 3 so far this afternoon. Both teams still perfect at the line. Both teams 9 for 9. A sensational free throw shooting. Mitchell coming in 78% from the stripe, averaging 12 points, 4 assists coming into this one. Back to a 19-point Phoenix lead, matching their biggest. Washington led by as many as 5 in the first quarter. Deladon from deep, and down it goes. Deladon really coming alive offensively here in the third quarter.
Just one of the prettiest shots in this game, and we talked about her efficiency, and she has such great range, too.
She's doubled her point total here in the
nice.
period, already with 8. Inside, it's Griner finding the rookie, Breezy Turner.
Griner had to jump up in the air to avoid the charge because Deladon did a nice job switching over, and Turner with the nice cut, another assist for Griner.
In and out for Atkins. Turner just looks like a different player over the last couple of weeks. Brianna Turner.
Oh,
so
nice
much
pass.
more composure. Takes the pass and puts in her own miss. More Brianna Turner.
And the Mercury continuing to share the basketball.
Yeah, a lot of rookies coming in deer in headlights. But Brianna Turner, it's starting to come together. And Ariel Atkins pumps it in for 3.
Stopping the bleeding.
That's the third three-pointer for Washington here in the third quarter. 2 of them provided by Deladon.
Yeah, Bonner really has not had a lot of room to take a good shot.
Turnaround shot in the lane by Griner. Here comes Cloud. Tolliver went behind the back. Little too fancy.
Yeah, Mike Tebow said one of the things that we talked about, such a low turnover ratio for them. And he said, because we come in and we make it a point that you don't make the difficult pass, the fancy pass, and Tolliver got caught there.
She has a lot of flair to her game.
I love her game.
Crossover dribble. She is a lot of fun to watch. Back iron for Mitchell. Another rebound for Deladon. That's 5 to go with those 16 points. 8 of them coming here so far in the third quarter. Still 5 minutes to play in the period. Turner shadowing Deladon. 40 feet away from the basket, and then a reach-in foul on Turner of Phoenix. We'll get a timeout. 4:52 to go here in the second quarter. In the third quarter, it's been all Phoenix and the rookie providing some hoops with an assist from Brittany Griner. Don't miss Brittany Griner bobblehead night. Join the Mercury as they take on Dallas Saturday, August 10th, 7 p.m. First 2,500 fans receive the Griner bobblehead doll. Fans can also donate new and gently used shoes of all sizes for BG's 4th annual Heart and Soul Shoe Drive. All shoes collected donated to Phoenix Rescue Mission. Get your tickets now at phoenixmercury.com. How about Brittany pumping in just her second three-pointer of her career?
Well, she practices it all the time in practice and not just before games. And certainly, as you said, that's the second one she made. Her first one was last year against New York.
That is some research, Ann Myers-Drysdale. That is why you are a Hall of Famer, not just as a player, but a broadcaster and a person.
Don't we all do the best we can, right, Tommy?
I thought I had nailed it because for some reason I put 1 and 5 in the career, but then you one-upped me and told me when that other one was. I didn't research it that deep. Hey, it's impressive.
Well, she was 0 for 3 in the All-Star game.
She did have the 3 dunks.
And she had the 3 dunks.
Yeah. Tolliver into the lane, finishes with the left. Pretty move by Christy Tolliver. And then poking it away from Turner goes off of Phoenix, and Washington will have it within 15. Phoenix's biggest lead has been 20. Deladon trying to help pump some life into this Washington team in the third quarter with their 8 points, but Phoenix has had an answer every time, at least so far. Tolliver denied by Brittany Griner. That is her third block this afternoon. Mitchell for 3. Absolutely. 3 more for Leilani.
Oh, my. What a great defensive play, too, by Griner to start things off.
4 of 6 from far away for Leilani. 18 points. Sanders. Griner may have gotten a piece of that one.
Well, and even if she didn't, she made it a difficult shot for Sanders.
Quiet day offensively for Bonner. Phoenix hasn't needed her yet.
Oh, nice pass.
Is it another assist for Griner? It is.
Ties her career high.
Bonnie Turner pumps in another Phoenix hoop. And Bonnie now with 15.
That's the big difference in Griner's game this year is because of the double teams, the triple teams, and she's gotten caught, and her teammates have helped her as far as her passing ability out of those double and triple teams.
26 points, 7 assists for Griner, and the 3 blocks. Ariel Atkins, she takes aim for 3. And a rip for Bonner, for Griner. And for Griner, that is now her 7th rebound. Bonner has 6 boards into the lane. The pitch out by Turner, and on the pass,
offensive.
It's an offensive foul.
And she got stuck up in the air and trying to get bailed out. Atkins does a nice job getting position, taking a tough charge.
Atkins, a very physical player in her own right. She's going to head to the bench. A second-year player from Texas who made the all-rookie team last season and had a 21-point game in her rookie year against Phoenix. She also made second-team all-defense. This is a loaded Mystics team. You wouldn't know it this afternoon.
Well, now you got Miesemann in there, and she was a high scorer in that first half with 12 points off the bench.
Cloud pitched it over to Walker Kimbrough.
Griner going for a triple-double.
Inside they go. Duana Bonner comes off. Fighting for her offensive rebound, goes off of Duana Bonner. And Washington will have it. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
And DB has had a few games where she has struggled with her scoring.
Yeah, those numbers for Griner, you were right on it. I mean, triple-double is definitely within reach for Brittany Griner. Miesemann. Work it over to Tiana Hawkins. Cut off by Turner. Back cut down the lane. Miesemann flips it in. Emma Miesemann now with 14 points. 3 Mystic players scoring in double figures. Deladon leading the way with 16. 14 for Miesemann and 10 for Christy Tolliver. Sophie Cunningham on the move in the lane. Sets up Bonner. Rough shooting afternoon for Duana.
Yeah, Bonner 2 of 9 from the floor.
And yet Phoenix still shooting over 60% from the field. Deladon grabs her own miss. Powers. No-look reverse shot.
Those are those second chance opportunities that the Mystics put themselves in a great opportunity to do that.
Second field goal for Ariel Powers in 8 attempts. He also has 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Minute 25 to go here in the third. Phoenix still up 17. Mitchell, deep 3, wide right. Tiana Hawkins out there with Miesemann, Deladon, Christy Tolliver now down the lane. And Natasha Cloud. Miesemann, wide open look, comes off. Came in shooting just 14% from behind the three-point line. Miesemann, though, well over 50% overall from the field. Bonner, a little hand check by Miesemann. Wanted the call, so did Sandy Brondello. And then Turner trying to drive on Cloud, and there's the whistle. Yeah, you mentioned Duana Bonner because of her size and so slight of build that there are a lot of times there's some contact that she feels and a lot of conversations and talk with the referees during the course of games wanting to get more fouls called.
Well, I get frustrated, too, when you hear, well, the offensive players created the contact. That's all well and good, but the majority of the time, those players get the call. And Duana Bonner, we've seen her hair get out of displace when she gets hit on the head, and Cunningham with a long one.
Drains the big shot. Sophie Cunningham and Phoenix now with their 10th three-point hit. Back up by 20, matching their biggest lead. Difficult shot through the lane for Deladon. And she has 10 here in the third quarter. But it just hasn't been enough. They cannot stop the Mercury offense. 60 points in the first half, working on 80 here in the final 20 seconds of the third quarter.
Yeah, the Mercury have not allowed the Mystics to go on any kind of runs.
5 on the shot clock for Phoenix. Bonner crossing over. Past Hawkins. Puts it up and in. Third field goal for Bonner. Final seconds, third quarter. Mitchell there on Powers. Just comes off the rim. And we are headed to the fourth and final quarter with Phoenix up by 20. Brittany Griner could be on her way to a triple-double with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and Leilani Mitchell has hit 4 threes. Fourth quarter coming your way from downtown Phoenix after this. For every Brittany Griner block this season, Avis, the official lock partner of the Phoenix Mercury, going to donate $50 to Phoenix Children's Hospital. To learn more, go to phoenixmercury.com/promotions today. 3 more swats for Griner. That's another $150 to Phoenix Children's Hospital.
Yeah, Griner number 2 in the league behind Jonquel Jones. She had 41 coming into this game, now with 4, and a big-time block there against Tolliver. She's got 45.
Mercury wound up outscoring the Mystics 22-19 in that third quarter to up that lead to 20 going here to the fourth. And they begin the fourth quarter with Griner on the bench. Leilani Mitchell, deep 3, down it goes. Pouring in another triple shot.
She's 5 of 8, trying to get those other 3, and another block by Little. No, they call the foul.
8 threes last time out against Washington for Mitchell, tying the WNBA record. She has 5 so far.
And that was deep. Plenty of time on the shot clock.
During the break between quarters, we were told by Bryce Marcy, media relations assistant of the Mercury, only 8 triple-doubles have been registered in WNBA history. There was 1 this season by Chelsea Gray. So if Brittany Griner can register that triple-double this afternoon, she currently is on the bench to begin the fourth quarter, but has 26 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. That would be number 9 in WNBA history. Of course, if the Mercury continue to hold a lead of upwards of 20 points, not sure how many more minutes Griner would play in this one. Sophie Cunningham comes down hard.
She's not.
And the Mercury do not want to see this.
You know,
it could be some sort of a leg injury.
She went in there fearless. She got up in the air, and coming down was not easy for her.
Already with 5 players on the injured list this afternoon. Griner's going to come back, and Cunningham's going to have to head to the bench.
And she doesn't want to.
She can't play on one leg, that's for sure.
She missed a couple games earlier with the back. So she gets up there. It's hard to see how she came down. She's got family in from Mizzou, her mom, her sister. A lot of family here to see her play. Number 9.
And the Mercury signing Erica Carter earlier today to add another body to the bench. And down goes Sophie Cunningham.
Oh, nice.
Lob pass on the inbounds to Brianna Turner. Perfectly executed. Miesemann drives in. And she finishes everything around the rim. Miesemann now 6 of 9 from the field. And 14 points. Brittany Griner will check back in at the next break. Mitchell drives past Miesemann, looked for the rookie Turner, threw her hands out of bounds. Yeah, they didn't credit Miesemann with a hoop yet. That should be 16 points for Miesemann.
Yeah, one of the prettiest plays we've seen this year, all year long, and Turner is such a great leaper. Up in the air, catch and shoot.
You go back to what Jen Gillum was saying about Brianna Turner coming into this Turner's rookie season, saying she has a lot of skills that remind her of Natasha Howard. They are very high on Breezy Turner.
Well, the one player she reminds me of is once she gets her outside game going and becomes a veteran, she reminds me of Tangela Smith that we had here in Phoenix when Phoenix won the 2 championships in 07 and 09. And just the body structure and so forth. And yes, Natasha Howard, too, as far as that rebounding. You can see the reach in right there and knocking Mitchell off balance. But I think Breezy Turner is going to have a very good career in the WNBA.
And what a turnaround in the second half of the season. Very little production in the first month or two for Brianna Turner. Bonner, good look for 3. Couldn't get it.
That would have been an 8 assist for Griner. Got to knock those open looks down.
Bonner 0 for 4 deep this afternoon. Back iron for Miesemann.
And the Mercury still shooting 60% from the floor, and Bonner is 3 of 11.
Well, Bonner and Griner with 8 rebounds in this game. Griner backs into a double team. Deladon comes over to help. Bonnie Turner pumps it in. Another 3-point hit for Phoenix. That's number 12. And then Washington turns it over to Oliver looking for Hawkins. This is a very frustrated Washington Mystics team right now.
Yeah, 5th turnover for the Mystics. And certainly when you're down that much, sometimes it's tough to play so well together and chip away.
24-point Phoenix lead, working on the 90 points. Washington coming into this game after winning 5 in a row, their last 2 scoring 99 points in each, one of them against the Mercury. Another lob feed, this time from Griner to Brianna Turner. That was another chance at her 8th assist. Tolliver, quick pull-up.
Well, Sandy Brondello told us before the game, if we can keep the Mystics in the high 70s, low 80s, we've got a chance of winning this game.
Did you talk to her about her own team scoring into the hundreds? Griner's had a couple of great shots at getting another assist. Bonner missed the 3, and then the lob feed into the rookie Brianna Turner.
Well, they're going to check this one out. I think Sandy Brondello wanted a shot. We saw earlier in the first half that Deladon got a shot on the drive and thought that maybe Mitchell might have been shooting the basketball.
Phoenix coming into this game 10-10, 7th in the WNBA. Of course, the top 8 teams make the playoffs, and they came in 2 games up on New York, and Liberty losing earlier today to Connecticut. Leilani Mitchell from the 2-point variety.
And Mitchell 7 of 10, Turner 7 of 10, Griner 11 of 14, Breezy Turner 5 of 8.
20 for Leilani, ripped out of there by Griner. Stole it from Powers. Miesemann, though, right there on the spot.
And they didn't give Griner that rebound.
And Miesemann should have 18 points. They're going to go back in this. There she is. Now she has 18. 8 of 12 shooting for Emma Miesemann. Bonnie Turner Thought about the three. Bonner on the drive along the baseline. Pump fake, contact, and bucket. And some emotion. Frustrating afternoon offensively for Duana Bonner. The fact that Phoenix has 94 points on the board, she struggled mightily with her shot, but showing some force there.
Well, she definitely got contact on that, but showing strength out of those thin arms off the finish and a chance for three.
Neither team has missed a free throw. Combined, a perfect 21 for 21 at the line. And Bonner comes into this one 93% from the stripe this season. Mercury have 5 players who have scored in double figures. They have not lost this season. When they've had 5 or more players in double figures, they're 7-0. Inside, Hawkins.
Oh, nice play by Hawkins, and just very patient down there. And you know, when she's healthy, she's a tough player to defend.
Mercury off to L.A., take on the Sparks on Thursday. This Washington team goes to Vegas for the resumption of the suspended game because of the earthquake. Mitchell wanted another 3. Washington pops it up. Bonnie Turner down the lane, sets up Brianna Turner from one Turner to the other.
Breezy and Bonnie.
Career high for Brianna Turner, 12 points to go with 4 rebounds.
Well, you got Griner with 7 assists, Mitchell with 7 assists, and Turner with 6 assists.
Hawkins drops in a 3. Maisha Hines-Allen has also come in for Tebow. Doubtful if we're going to see any more of Elena Deladon unless Washington makes some sort of a miraculous comeback.
Well, and Erica Carter probably will get some playing time from Sandy Brondello for the Mercury.
Kim Mestaw is out there for Washington. We'll get a timeout. You're watching Phoenix Mercury basketball presented by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Bonnie Turner setting up the rookie Brianna Turner.
That fast break opportunity for the Mercury. Didn't have too many in that first half. That's their 7th fast break points.
There's that upcoming schedule. Phoenix is off to L.A., take on the Sparks, who won earlier today over Seattle. So L.A. now 13-8. They've won 9 of their last 11 games, one of the hottest teams in the league, along with Connecticut, who also won today. That's 7 in a row now for the Sun. But Candace Parker returned against Las Vegas after missing 5 games with a foot injury. And they beat the Aces on Thursday. So it'll be Phoenix and Los Angeles. And then Phoenix comes home for a 4-game homestand.
You know, Breezy Turner getting an opportunity to get minutes under her belt has really performed well.
Shot clock winding down, forcing the deep shot by Bonner. Offensive rebound by the rookie. Finds Leilani Mitchell wide right. And rebounded by Hines-Allen.
Yeah, Breezy Turner, 12 points and 5 rebounds in this game. And has done a pretty good job defensively.
We said from the outset, too, that it's Sandy Brondello, and she's been asking a lot of her players to pick up their production, their assertion offensively. And Bonnie Turner certainly doing that with her career-high 20 points this afternoon.
And it helps, too, Tom, when you get minutes, and you know you're only going to be in there 2 minutes and then come out. It's hard to get in any kind of rhythm.
Bonnie with the 20 points, besting her previous career high of 18 that she accomplished twice. Batted out into the hands of Duana Bonner. Not falling from deep.
As you mentioned, Bonner has scored double-figure 10 points, but 4 of 14, and Griner, they're going to call a jump ball.
Block number 4 this afternoon for Brittany. She would have none of this from Maisha Hines-Allen.
And stays right with it.
And now the two of them actually laughing about it. Hines-Allen says, I'm going to think twice before I try that again. The second-year player from Louisville. He hasn't played a whole lot. As a second-round pick. And then Brittany taps it up ahead. Erica Carter, freshly signed today, and the bucket. How about that? Griner set her up perfectly off the jump ball. Erica Carter signed today, the 3rd-round pick out of Louisville, and receiving some minutes. She was a teammate there with Maisha Hines-Allen.
Oh, and it looked like a blocked shot by Carter. Knew exactly what Heinz Allen was going to do, and they're laughing at it. Teammates. Jeff Walls back in Louisville. It's got to be happy.
That is just such a satisfying moment for Erica Carter. Her first WNBA points after being cut by this team. She played in a couple of the games early in the season, was let go so that the team could re-sign Leilani Mitchell. She didn't even take a shot in her first two appearances, and she comes right in off the jump ball, and Griner punches it up ahead.
She's a dynamic player. She's a true point guard, understands what a point guard needs to do and distribute the ball to her teammates. And she also is a very tough defensive player.
And now Phoenix has to worry about the condition of Sophie Cunningham. Sandy Brondello also telling us before the game that they were already prepared to add another player, the WNBA giving Phoenix some privileges to add some healthy bodies with now 6 players out with injury.
Yeah, Dewana Bonner having to play 31 minutes. She and Griner are number 1 and 2 in minutes played as far as 1 and 2 in scoring, and certainly nobody to go to on the bench.
And Brittany, 9 rebounds, 8 assists with the 26 points. Phoenix has been given some extra offense here in the second half from the likes of Vonnie Turner and Leilani Mitchell. So Griner has not really added much to her point total. She had 23 in the first half. Atkins for 3. Ariel Atkins knocks it down.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too late.
Next point for Phoenix puts them over the century mark. They had 60 points at halftime, led by 17. Bonner crossing over into the lane, floats it up. And now 4 of 15 shooting for Dewana, yet the rest of the team helping Phoenix to a 58% shooting percentage from the field this afternoon. And this tracked down by Heinz Allen. And Kim Metza hits the outside shot. Mesta with the bucket, and Phoenix will call a timeout with 2:06 to go. It's been all Phoenix this afternoon at Talking Stick Resort Arena. 99-80 Phoenix here late in the fourth quarter. If you combine the shooting numbers for Brittany Griner, Leilani Mitchell, and Vonnie Turner, a combined 25 of 36 from the field.
Well, and Mike Tebow had talked about Griner, Mitchell, and Bonner had scored 83 points the last time these two teams met.
Phoenix was up by 5 after the first quarter, up 17 at halftime, and up 20 going to the fourth. Sitting on the 99 points against the team that was number 1 and still is number 1 in the league in scoring, but they have been outmatched with the firepower of a team missing 5 players and then losing Sophie Cunningham here in the second half.
Well, you always wonder who's going to step up, and as a team, this Mercury team is very close, and they obviously, I think Yvonne Turner, this is her first start since she left and missed 5 games when she went to play for a team in Hungary, and Bonner holding that right elbow.
Right arm. Don't know if that was the funny bone, but she can't even catch the pass from Vonnie Turner, and that right arm just dangling at her side. Oh, my goodness. This has just been, you talk about MASH units, but Phoenix just one player after another dropping with injuries. And hopefully nothing serious for Bonner. Again, it could be a nerve. They will go to work on Dewana along the sidelines. Leilani Mitchell is forced to return. And then to her right was Sophie Cunningham, who injured her leg. I believe it was either her foot or her ankle. Vonnie Turner with the free throws. Phoenix 13 of 13 at the line. Washington, they finally missed one this afternoon. They're 12 of 13. Back to a 21-point lead. Walker Kimbrough. Now Hawkins taking aim and rebounded by the rookie Brianna Turner, who has been sensational this afternoon. 12 points, her career high, and that was her 6th rebound. Plus some exceptional defense early, especially on Elena Deladon. Keeping Deladon in check in the first half. Had just 8 points in the first half for the third leading scorer in the league, and an offensive foul on Turner of Phoenix. Mystics will try to regroup, and in Vegas tomorrow, they will pick up their game in the third quarter with the Mystics leading 51-36. That's when they suspended the game in Vegas because of the 7.1 earthquake that struck. So it'll be a 20-minute game against the Aces. Inside Hawkins, and converts on the second attempt.
I guess it was a pass.
It's the old Moses Malone. Just throw it up there, grab your own miss, pad your rebounding stats. Phoenix, 28 assists in this game, still shooting 58% from the field. Playing it out here in the final minute. Another bucket for Vonnie Turner. She now has 22, adding to her career high. 23 for Leilani, 22 for Vonnie. So that's 55 from the starting backcourt for Phoenix. Rebound to Camille Little. Little didn't play many minutes in Washington against the Mystics and has not played a whole lot here.
But I still think she's been effective. I mean, just her veteran leadership being out on the floor, and what a big win, and certainly the X Factor enjoying it.
A stunning victory for the Phoenix Mercury on their home floor, taking down the Washington Mystics, down 5 players at the start. 2 more go down with injury in the second half. And Mike Tebow, Sandy Brondello.
Mike is like going, can you believe it? Oh, well.
Mike still can't believe what he has seen here this afternoon. His team number 1 in scoring, and yet it was Sandy Brondello's squad pasting Washington's defense to the tune of 103 points. Griner finishing with 26 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 board, and 2 assists away from the 9th triple-double in WNBA history. A lot of fun, Annie.
They didn't need you out there.
We'll be back.